everyone, welcome back to another breakdown. Episode 5 of Peacemaker Season 2 is now streaming on HBO Max. This was actually the last episode that press and content creators received in advance. I didn't have that privilege, but from now on, episodes 6 through 8 are unexplored territory for everyone. At the start of the season, Steve H. teased these final 3 episodes, saying these last 3 episodes are almost like a whole new season. They are absolutely insane and they really dig into the question of whether the grass is greener on the other side. That quote really sets the stage for wild stuff. The episode opens with a flashback set 3 years ago at Rick Flags Jr.'s funeral. It's a heavy scene, especially when Emilia promised Rick Flags Jr. that the person responsible will pay. Huge shout out to Jen Holland for the performance she gives this season. Chris still shows up at the park even though Emilia warns him using a code word, something they probably agreed on between season 1 and 2. Chris asks Emilia if the thing on the boat meant anything to her, and once again she insisted it was a mistake. During the operation to capture Chris, we learn that Sasha Bordeaux is actually half cyborg. In the comics created by Greg Rucka and Sean Martinberg, in Detective Comics number 751, she started as a Secret Service agent, later hired by Louis Fox to protect Bruce Wayne. After discovering Batman's identity, Bruce actually trained her and the two even fall in love for a while. Over the years, she appeared in several forms with a cyborg arm, eye, or even a full chrome body. The show hints that a plane crash and being in debt with Argus might explain why she not hesitates to take down Peacemaker. Emilia takes down Chris to prevent him from being killed. She and Economos decides to make an official arrest. Flurry tells him that it's the right thing to do. This is the first time we really learn where he stands in this whole operation. They eventually let Chris go because he's already too beaten up for prison. The scene between Chris and Rick are brutal and emotional. The line, "That boy was better man than you could ever dream of being, better than I could ever dream of being," hits hard and perfectly captures Rick's anger. Meanwhile, Rick Sint tries to kill Igly but fails. He takes out a massive gun and he gets taken down by multiple eagles, making Igly the prime eagle because why not? James Gunn even confirmed on the podcast that Red Sin's attempt to track down Eagly was one of the first uses of sorcery in the DCU. This and the magical powers in Creature Commandos are subtle ways to sprinkle little bits of magic into this universe. Bordeaux and Rick seem to share a deeper connection. In a shot, we briefly see a file on Rick Flag Sr.'s computer about dimensional experiments. These experiments aim to find a safe way to transport objects or maybe people across dimensions. I have a lot of questions about this. Why does Rick need dimensional transportation? And are these experiments tied to Lex Luthor or somebody else? My first thought was that wants to bring back Rick Jr., but we don't even know if he's aware that there are 99 other universes in the quantum realm. And it makes me absolutely excited for the next couple of episodes. By the end of the episode, Chris decides to close the door and commits to build a life in the alternate universe. There, he sets to fight Kaiju from Superman, while Eagle is mentioned as a bird, not an eagle. Earlier this season, Economos explains that eagle is a symbol of America, which only fuels the ongoing Earth X theories. Where I made a short form video on this, and this episode just adds more evidence. Finally, Abudayo gathers the group together to share the news. Adrian breaking down in tears was unexpected but added so much emotion. Without hesitation, Emilia stood up and decided they are going back to get Chris. From this point, I feel like this season is only getting wilder. I'm beyond excited to see the final 3 episodes, and I'm curious what it will do to the larger DCU story. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you will think happened next. and I will see you in the next one.